when I stop and think about how it has been raising two boys, especially when you have no idea what you're doing. You all know they don't come with an owner's manual, and we just kind of fumble through, trying our best to do what we can do. Whether we don't know, we're just doing the best we can. If we could do better, we would. Sometimes we make mistakes, and you can apologize for it, or you're going to carry guilt for a long time. But anyway, we're doing the best we can all the time. And I think it's absolutely a miracle that our kids survive their childhood, or their being born and being, raised up just from little babies. My first one he was born in 1970, and my husband was at a school in Montgomery, Alabama. It was just a few months long, and so we were up at this place, and Tim was a month old. I didn't have any friends there, didn't know anybody. And, you just get with the wives of the other people in the classes that your husbands are in. So you get to have some social life there, but I didn't know what the heck to do. And he cried all the time. Every hour and a half he wanted to eat, and it was just crying, absolute a mess. I didn't know what to do. And I can remember carrying him like this with his head over here and thinking how close I just came to knocking his head on the side of the door by walking through there. And I think they kind of maybe have a little cushion or a little bubble around them that protects them from this silly, crazy stuff that their mothers do and their fathers do, because we don't know that we don't know. And so then we learned. So I did one time, I was going to pick up some ladies to go to a wives club luncheon. And I had Tim in one of those little plastic things, that holders that go like they're shaped like that, not these big huge things that the kids are in now. And he was in there. He was about 2 months old, and I went out and I set him in that container on the trunk while I unlocked the door, and it had rained the night before, so the trunk was wet. And I'm sitting there unlocking the door, and I thought, if he moves, which is what babies do, they just wiggle around. If he moves, he's going to fall. So I look up, and he's just sliding down the side of the trunk and just plopping face first into the driveway. And here he is, this big, all this. But luckily, he wasn't bleeding too much. He had little scratches and stuff on his face, but and he was crying. And I just know, if I wasn't going to go pick up these other ladies to go to this luncheon, I would have had a complete meltdown. But I didn't have time to have a meltdown because I had to go get them, so I had to stay under control. But how does he survive that fact? That your mom put you out there and you're just going to fall face first into a driveway. And we just had, with both our kids, like, oh my gosh, it's just amazing that they got to where they are, and they're just both turned out so great and strong. And in spite of all of us, we don't know what to do, but we're not the only ones that don't. Nobody knows what they're doing unless you've had a whole bunch of kids, and then you know. But when you're having your first one, I would have traded him on a puppy at any time, because a puppy at least wags his tail. And then when he finally started smiling the first time, then everything was okay, because it's just beautiful. And the babies, both of them were just absolutely beautiful babies, and just fun to just watch and everything. But it took a while for me to get to where I was, because I didn't know what I was doing. Anyway, so yeah, it's a miracle they survive us, and they do have their guardian angels around them protecting them. So if we do some crazy, and here's another crazy thing I did. Danny, my second son, Tim was at kindergarten or some school, and we were in Virginia, and on a really busy street, and I was sick, and I took a Dimetapp, and it was just completely wiped me out. So I'm upstairs, wiped out. This 2 or 3 year old kid is sitting on a tricycle on the sidewalk right by the busy street, and he took all my Corningware pans and lined them up on the sidewalk. Now, what is people going to think when they see, what is this kid doing out there? Where's the mother? The mother's up there passed out. So I never took Dimetapp again. But anyway, he survived that one. He didn't just go walk out in the middle of the street and get run over, because he doesn't know that cars are going to do that to you. So anyway, the whole system is quite a miracle, to think that these humans can get born and raised, and even if you have parents that are just absolutely horrible or not even there, you still get raised up, and you grow up in spite of it all. So thank heavens there's protection for everybody who comes in, and they do it in spite of us. Anyway, that's it for today, and I'll talk to you again next week.